Hello and welcome back to Way Truth Life. Today I wanted to define what the B System Targeting Program is. It says the U.S. Intelligence Agency. Sorry. It refers to the intense, long-term, unconstitutional surveillance and harassment of a person who has been designated as a target by someone associated with America's security industry. So that's the whole war on terror propaganda, that lie where they use hired actors and broadcast them in order to instill fear into the public under false pretenses. It's called deception by perception. Create a false reality, project it into the minds of the people, and write it off as reality. This is one of Satan's biggest tricks. I would suggest that you read Genesis chapter 3 in detail, how Satan created this image for Eve, and that reality of perception deception was used to trick her into the sin that we now deal with, a worldwide. Such operations have nothing to do with criminal gangs. Official domestic counterintelligence operations of this type are apparently perpetrated by federal agents and intelligence security contractors, sometimes with the support of state and local law enforcement personnel. I know one of the people that was involved in the initial phase of my targeting was someone by the name of Curtis Bogart, who worked as an auxiliary police officer in the state of Illinois while working as a dispatch manager for Schneider Intermodal at 3600 Cosner Avenue. These people, they look like normal people, but they work, play, and live among you while being the snake in the grass, so to speak. Their objective is to create a hostile environment for you, for the sole purpose of dismantling your life and setting you up to be murdered. Murder is the ultimate end goal. Sometimes with the support of state and local law enforcement personnel. Unofficial operations of these types are apparently perpetrated by private investigators and vigilantes, people creating their own rules, and they have no problem with breaking the law, drugging you, recording you, harassing you, spreading all sorts of lies and rumors, including former agents, cops, some of whom are members of the quasi-government Association of Law Enforcement Intelligence Unit. This is the LEIUs. On the license plate, you'll see the LE on there, and the Masonic compass insignia. This is how they are notified, and they're all associated with that order, and that's all I'll say about that. Not getting into it with anyone from that fraternity. I'm just stating the facts. Sometimes on behalf of corporate clients, on behalf of corporate clients. So if you have a lawsuit against a big corporate agent, they hire these people to actually take you out. And others with connections to public and private elements of America's security industries. The goal of such operations, this is the goal, in parlance of counterintelligence agencies, is to disruption of the life of an individual deemed to be an enemy or potential enemy of the client, members of the security agencies. Arguably, the most accurate term for this form of harassment would be counterintelligence agency. And remember, in the last video, I told you this is the revised Roman Empire beast. I'm not going to read all of it, but its roots is in the communist East Germany, and American Great Britain are involved in it, and they describe this process as no-touch torture, a phase which also captures the nature of the crime. It's cowardly because these people, they use high-tech torture weapons called DEWs, direct energy weapons, where they're able to target you through the wall and use microwave electronic weapons in order to create discomfort, disorientation, even heat your brain, and cause thinking impairment. A lot of times within the black community, which the black community is targeted by this, women and children often end up on medications that they don't even need to take because of something called box ticking, and you have to research that. That means that the doctor diagnose you based on the symptoms you tell him, not knowing that there is an outside source causing you to display these characteristics. It is also propaganda for the pharmaceutical industry to do testing and to make money as well. That's just a plug. It's a crime, cowardly, unethical, and often illegal, but it's difficult to legally to prove legally because it generates minimum forensic evidence. That means these people know how to get in, get out, and be gone. Tactics include, but are not limited to, slander. They slander you. They tap your phone. They call everyone on your list to spread lies, rumors, these fake videos. They often publicize you, call someone that you trust, and have them question you, and you're wondering what's going on because you know what's going on, but you're wondering why come the person you trust will participate. Well, this is to cause distrust within social and family friend bonds, and they're listening in, coaching the situation. And mind you, this is satanic at its root. Tactics include, but are not limited to, slander, blacklisting, mobbing, intense organized harassment in the workplace. So they come in bunches. The Department of Homeland Security had over 850,000 laid off and furloughed workers. You have to ask yourself, that's nearly 1 million people. Who are these people? There are people that work, play, and live among you, but what they're not telling you is they have signed non-disclosure agreements and waivers, and they are under contract to do these heinous things to people, and act as if they're 007 undercover agents to receive a government welfare check in Section 8 in some cases. Black bag jobs, residential break-ins, abusive phone calls, we discussed that, computer hacking, framing, they frame you, make something look like something it's not, threats, blackmail, vandalism, street theater, stage physical. This street theater is also known as crisis acting. On a mass scale, when you see these atrocities that are happening and these people that are acting in large volumes, they're hired by this group, this beast organization, in order to create false realities and perceptions. It is then projected to the masses to deceive you into giving up your rights out of fear, terror, or whatever other emotion that they want to manipulate.